Good evening and welcome to Feel Good Talk, Love 101. I'm your host, Charles Brakely, along with my brother, the host of Love 101, my man, Naeem Najib. What's going on, brother? How you doing tonight?
I'm excellent. How are you, Charles?
I thought I heard a piano in the background. Was that you? Hey, look, man, I'm excited. We got a special guest coming up tonight, but before we get started, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, which is the A Game. We're going to get right into that commercial, and we'll come right back. Here we go. And that is our sponsor, The A Game. Great for vitality, energy, strength, and libido. I got about maybe 3 more samples left, so give me a call at 302-723-2836. Again, 302-723-2836 to get your free sample of The A Game. Now, again, this is for men only, women, so we will have something available soon, hopefully soon. I'm not going to say we will, but hopefully soon we'll have something available. But what's up, Naeem? What's going on, brother? What's the topic for tonight? What we talking about? You know, I know it's something spicy and juicy, so let's get it. You know.
Well, let me just go right into the infomercial mode real quick on y'all because switch it up. So, what if just asking questions here? What if there were 5 keys to healthy relationships that work all the time, in every situation, with everybody you use them with? What if you could transform a relationship that was unhealthy to healthy? Would you want to know what those keys are? And when I say keys, I mean something that you can just put it in and use like right now, today. Not no long therapy session, not no long, got to talk about your childhood. Just straight anyone, a child, could actually use these keys and understand them instantly. Wouldn't you want to know what that is?
Yes.
Just saying. And think back to all those conversations and arguments and opinions and headaches and debates you had about what is love and how you have a healthy relationship and what is the secret and the key to healthy relationships and so on and so forth. What if you just could say to someone in under 10 seconds what that is, and that they couldn't say, no, that ain't what it is, because it's true. And that is so true that they can't deny that it's true because it's so simple and eloquently, clearly put. Wouldn't you want to know what it is?
Yes.
And my question is, if you do want to know what it is, would you commit yourself to learning it with me here tonight? 5 keys to healthy relationships. Just 5. And it's easy to remember because it's written in acronym form. FACTS, FACTS, that's 5. And we're going to go over them here after this commercial announcement because, you know, I gotta, can't just give it away, right? But no, I'm actually going to give it away because it's for me. And I want everyone to have this knowledge and understand. So get ready to be amazed and take screenshots of this that we're about to show. Please show the screen if you can. Yeah, so here we are. So we got the universal principles of love and fear, also known as the facts of love and fear. So we have facts, what a healthy relationship is based on and what a toxic relationship is based on. We're just going to deal with the right side right now, which is these facts of love, which is this. So to have a healthy relationship, you need to understand that everybody is free, meaning you're free and everyone else is free. Whatever, it doesn't just have to be a romantic relationship. It can be any kind of relationship, relative, friend, family, coworker, colleague, you're free. You're free to be yourself and show up as you are. You're free to do what you want to do, not do what you don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Second key is appreciation. Appreciation is always the appropriate response. Everyone loves appreciation, and so do you. So how do you receive it? Give it, because you can also always appreciate yourself also. The next key is communication, which when you have clear communication, you have clarity, right? Communication, most people would say that this is the key. I remember doing research for my first book, and my research is me having conversations with people. I would ask them, so what do you think is the key to a healthy relationship? And I would hear the two things all the time: trust and communication. Communication and trust and communication. I would hear it all the time. And I was like, really? Well, what is it? Like, what is trust and what is communication? Because there's the next key right there, the trust and the communication. I wanted to know so much what it was that I wrote a book about it. There it is, trust. Trust is not a game. And the other one wrote a book about that too. Communication. Communication is not a game. You see the little hidden message there? You see the you and I? Yeah, that's what it takes. It takes you and I to communicate over here. And you see this with the trust? Where you see the hidden message up in there? What does it take? It takes us, because trust is not a game. So yeah, I have hidden messages that I put in everything. But anyway, and the last thing is sincerity. Saying what you mean, meaning what you say, showing up as you are, not showing up naked, can we say? Showing up, you see what I did there? Showing up totally exposed in who you are, meaning not just physically. It's not even what we're talking about here. We're talking about mentally, emotionally. You're talking about through your heart. Like, what's the naked truth of who you are? Who are you at the core? Because until you get to know that person, then whoever you're bringing up, it might be an imposter, or you might be putting on a mask, and not just a COVID face mask. Might be putting on a mask to block out who you are. So we're going to have a special guest here to talk more about that as well, talking about connecting and bringing the naked truth to the table when you're in your relationship with your partner, what have you, showing up in your fullness. I just wanted to share that because I wanted to ground us in that question. All those questions I asked in the beginning. Wouldn't you want to know what love is, so you can just put this question to rest and move on? And that's what it is. Do you all remember it? What was the F for? It was for freedom, right? What was the A for? It's for appreciation. What was the C for? It's for communication. The T for trust, and the S for sincerity. So I'm gonna quiz you again later, but that's what we got to deal with. We got any?
Yeah, we got some more questions in the chat. Well, some comments.
Yeah.
And here we go. What's up, Naeem? He says, "Hey, y'all, what's going on, my brother?" And we got a Lakia Milburn. Hello, Chucky Chuck and Love Doctor. What's going on, Lakia? Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. And Kendra Moore says, "Fam." He says, "Doc." She says, "Fam, Doc, feel good." Wait a minute, maybe she meant to feel. I don't know what she meant by that.
That's
Plus,
you, Dr. Feelgood. You forgot?
am I Dr. Feelgood? Okay, I'm Dr. Feelgood. Okay, I forgot. See that? I'm messing up. Hey, Kendra, forgive me. You know what I'm saying? Fam, she said, Dr. Feelgood plus the Love Doctor equals a perfect combo. Thank you, Kendra. We appreciate it. And definitely appreciate the love and support here. So that's fam right there. So again, thank you for that. You just reminded me. I forgot. They call me Dr. Feelgood. I forgot. Okay.
Yes, at least on this show, you're a doctor.
Yeah, at least on this show. Yeah,
you gotta own it. Just like I had to own the Love Doctor. Speaking of which, y'all, here's my other announcement that I'm looking for participants and volunteers to be a part of a pilot program for a TV show that we're doing, like this show, that can be done virtual and or in person, hopefully a combination of both, but we can begin with it virtually, where it's basically going to be myself, the Love Doctor, and the different materials that I have here for relationship health, bringing it straight to you, to your relationship. So you bring your relationship, not any relationship, by the way, to the table. Any relationship that you are looking for healing in, and it doesn't mean it has to be totally toxic. It means it could just be a relationship you want to improve in some way. So let's just say that any relationship you want to find tools to improve, whether it be a marriage, whether it be roommates, whether it be a long distance relationship, whether it be your siblings or whoever the case, and maybe you're single and you have, you know, you want to talk about that. I have materials for that, and I'm transitioning to doing more public demonstrations of what this stuff is, this work I do. Because hold on, there's some more over here. I always gotta find it. I'd be losing them. You know, there's lots of stuff here, right? So I want to, while I'm alive, show people how to use it instead of just like, yeah, the books are available. You can get them all on Amazon. But while I'm here and willing, I would like to invite anyone who to volunteer to share some, you know, yourself, your relationship, to come on. If it's two of you, you know, come on and we just have a conversation about how your relationship is going, do a relationship health assessment, and find out how we can give you tools to help improve it. And that's going to be an ongoing series that I want to do with different people from all types of relationship walks of life, you know. So anyone who's interested, you can email me at naeem@naeemnajib.com, and also love101media@gmail.com. And you can also do it anonymously if you don't want to show your face. We can arrange for it to be anonymous, and we can just do it audio, what have you. But the purpose of this is to bring the material into practical usage. So it's like, you know, you want trust in your relationship. So we might go through some chapters in here and show you the exercises and the actual tools to use in your relationship to help you. And then we'll do check-ins and whatnot so that people can have a demonstration of what this is supposed to look like. Because not everybody's going to read the book. Not everybody's going to come on Feel Good Talk. And yet and still, I want it to be available for everyone. So that's my announcement. And so let's get ready to bring our guest on in a moment. Is there anything you want to share at the moment?
No, man. You know, I'm just hey, look. You know, I'm just interested in seeing the project come to fruition. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. So that should be great.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And how come it's always this one lock? It's always that one that's just like doing its own thing. Anyway, on with us tonight, we have Kat coming up to talk about her business. And please bring her on whenever you're ready, Charles. Hello, Kat. How are you?
Hey, everybody.
What's going on, Kat? How you doing?
I'm doing well. Can't complain.
Awesome.
So please introduce yourself to everybody.
So my name is Kat Cooper, and I am the founder and owner of Naked Love Box. We are the only wellness box for couples. Basically, our mission is to educate, inspire, and prioritize relationship building and healthy foundations and healthy relationship habits for couples who are basically have busy lifestyles.
Oh, wonderful. And can you say the name of that again? The name of the company?
It's called Naked Love Box, but no, that is very strategic that I named it Naked Love Box. It's not about physical intimacy, even though that is a part of relationships. It's more about, like Naeem said, being naked for your partner. It's, you know, exposing that what's underneath that mask.
So we're not required to start taking our
last month's box maybe, but not this one.
Okay, good.
Hey, you know, that name is very catchy because, you know, a lot of people would just be interested in Naked Love Box. Let me see what they talk, you know, just the name alone to get your attention. So that's why I like that. I like that, yeah.
Like I wanted people to know that it's like you shouldn't look at things at face value.
Right. I like that.
And you see how I incorporated that into my introduction earlier? Did y'all see it?
I see what you did there.
I hope you all saw what I did. All right, so could you share my screen again, Charles? Because I brought up the site just so everyone can see what we're going through. I'm just going to scroll through slowly while I ask Kat some questions. So tell us more about this. What made you get started in creating this?
So I'm going to get a little vulnerable here. So basically, I grew up with childhood trauma. Any type of abuse that you could possibly think of, I experienced. Also grew up where I had abandonment issues. I'm adopted, and going from there, I also had failed relationships. So when I got with my current partner, Marcus, like we didn't know how to communicate. We didn't know how to love each other. And it wasn't until one day that we sat down and really had an honest and open communication about what each other needed and what we had went through that things actually started to change. Like, I think it took us about 3 years. Like, our relationship was really failing. You could say statistics said we weren't going to make it. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. So I actually wanted couples to know that you're not alone in this process. We're still going through this process with you. So I really want them to know that you got to expose yourself. You got to create healthy relationship habits, whether that's date nights, communicating, being vulnerable, doing fitness, whatever the case may be. You constantly have to create these healthy habits in order to progress in life and progress in the relationship.
And that's great because a lot of people don't, I guess, admit when they have a problem, or they have a problem. They know they have a problem, but they like ignore it. So it's awesome that you two sit down and figure, hey, look, man, I got problems, you got problems. Let's go ahead, let's figure this thing out. Let's get the help we need. And let's do what we have to do. So I commend y'all both on that. So.
Oh, thank you. And it made it harder that we both suffer from mental health issues. I have depression and anxiety plus post-traumatic stress disorder. So that puts another layer on top of that in terms of barriers.
Wow.
So we had to actually learn how to knock down those barriers.
So are you saying that a healthy relationship doesn't just come by osmosis? You actually have to do some work.
You have to do some work. Just like therapy, you have to do the work. You should treat it like a business. You have to communicate, you have to be open and honest, and you have to know when things aren't working and figure out a solution.
Well, that sounds like someone who wants a successful relationship. So thank you, because that's not what all people do. And as I explore in my work, we've been programmed to think that, people are mind readers, that stuff will just figure itself out. That can you go back to the share screen real quick? So I was scrolling through the page here, and also I just want to bring it back since we're talking about trauma and such. We talked about the facts of love on the right side, and let's talk about the facts of what toxic relationships are based on. And then we got fear and force. So whenever, forced against your will, forced pressure to do things, that's toxic. When you got attack, anger, and abuse going on in whatever form, we don't have to just talk about, financial, physical, sexual, all type, verbal, emotional, there's all kinds of abuse. I'm creating this PDF is actually, if you see the subtitle, it is from my toxic relationships course in recognizing and healing toxic relationships. So talking about all this. So just remind me, I should use T for the toxicity too. But anyway, so you got C, which is conflict and confusion. That's juxtaposed against communication and clarity, because it's not like you're not going to have conflict, but like you said, Kat, you're going to have things come up. You're going to have issues. You each have your own issues. And the thing is about the resolution, the conflict resolution, not the no conflict, because there's no such thing as there not being any conflict ever. It's about the resolution of it. And that comes with communication and clarity. Then you got the T for trauma and triggers and toxic habits. And you also got the S for separation and shame. So here's just a general overarching universal way of looking at the ingredients that contribute to unhealthy and toxic relationships and the ones that contribute to healthy relationships. All relationships, whether you having, because shame is what? A guilt trip. Whether you're being guilt tripped by your friend, your coworker, your family member, your boss, your husband, your wife, whoever, it's still an attack. And so it doesn't really matter who's doing it or in what relationship context. What matters is that it's toxic. And what you want is not that. You want sincerity. You want trust. You want truth. You want appreciation. And it takes some work. So now, speaking of work and tools, most people on here are familiar with the tools that I put out, which are these books and such. But let's get back to the Naked Love Box and what types of tools are included in there. Can you talk about that a little bit, Kat, as I continue scrolling through some more?
Sure. So depending on what theme it is for the month, because we actually change themes from month to month, you might get lifestyle products such as massage oil. It could be some food, snacks, or whatever the case may be. Relationship resources like books, fitness equipment, whatever the case may be, depending on what the theme is for that month. But we also include a brochure that's called Tools for Love, and we have QR codes to different relationship resources from experts. Like we're working with a partner called Strength of Seduction, and they have workouts for couples that help build intimacy. So we supply different resources with our box as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. Creating partnerships. Now you have your partners here at Feel Good Talk family. So Love 101. I appreciate you for doing this work and stepping out of the comfort zone and creating a business around healthy relationships. I'm sure it's not just, like you said, not just for other people, it's for you too, for your relationship health. And every day becomes another chance to heal and to grow closer and to heal together. And that's right. A beautiful thing, doing that work,
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. People who are out here doing it and being vulnerable and coming out in public and sharing this, and not just talking about how bad you feel, how bad you had it or may have it, but like, listen, I have also healed, and I want to show you how. I have some tools, and I want to show you how. Can you tell us more about the price? And also, in our conversation yesterday, you gave a good scenario about how people will go out to dinner, and that'll be that. But can you invest in your relationship health? Some. Right. Can you talk about that some?
Yeah. So our box is $64.99 a month. So basically, people are going to say that sounds a little pricey. Well, no, not really. If you want to invest in your relationship, this is not just a subscription box. It's an investment in your relationship. I want to drill that in. Mm-hmm. You could actually spend that much, $64.99, on 3 meals. What is 3 meals a month, 3 meals a week, whatever the case may be. 3 meals going out, and that's above $64 a month. So it's like. And you can throw it on shoes, you can throw it on purses, but is that going to help your relationship? You have to choose whether or not you want to spend this on frivolous things or you actually want to build your relationship. And for me, I would actually choose, the latter, building my relationship, because that's what's going to help you go forward. Your partner's going to be there for you when times get rough. When you don't have friends around, you have that partner to talk to. So if you don't spend the time to invest in your relationship to make it healthy, then, who are you going to have to fall back on when there's no one else around? Because I know for myself, when my friends aren't around, I have my partner to talk to. So for me, it's very important to invest in my own relationship.
Yeah, you said it best too. You said three what was that? $64.99, that's 3 meals. So why not invest in nourishing your relationship? See, y'all can take that one there. See,
All right,
Exactly.
Dr. Feel Good, you coming out here. That's what I'm talking about. Can you share my screen again? I want to get a little context here. I
Yes,
just
sir.
Googled real quick, what's the average cost of couples therapy? And it's saying in New York City, at least, $125 to $400. What they're not saying is that is an hour. Okay, people. So I don't think $65 a month is a lot to ask if you'd go and give somebody $400 for 1 hour, which talk therapy don't really solve your problems in and of itself anyway, but actually using tools to consistently nourish yourself in your relationship will help. So thank you for, I want to give that juxtapose that a little bit, because like, oh, we just do therapy. It's like therapy on whose salary, right? On whose dime? Because if it's who's supplementing, who's bankrolling this thing? Because the cheapest, what is it, $100 and something? That's a lot more than $65 for an hour.
Right.
And this is $64.99 a month.
Right. You know what? It's also coming from experience too. So it's coming from an experienced couple. You don't know what that therapist went through. You don't know if he's in a relationship. I mean, some of these therapists come out of school and they're just starting their internship or whatever, and they're going to give you information on your relationship, and they don't even have a relationship. So how can you really tell me exactly how to get what I need for this relationship? And you don't even have a relationship. Only thing you know is what the books tell you. So that's what I like also.
I'm sensing a little hostility in your voice, Charles. Would you like to to explore this a little?
No, I'm so sorry. Sometimes I get like that, but I don't know why. But again, like I said, I'd rather have it coming from someone with experience versus someone that doesn't know what I'm not gonna say doesn't know what they're talking about, was just talking about what they were told. So it's a difference. Trust me, it's a difference. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. And my goal is to talk to, work with counselors and therapists for some of these upcoming boxes. Like our August box is going to be based on vulnerability. So I do want to work with some therapists and some experts in that kind of field to help curate these boxes and these tools.
Hey, so every month is a different box. So this is what I'm getting out of this conversation. So just give me an example of what like your past boxes have been.
Well, I just launched in May, so my last box was 5 Senses of the Bedroom. So it's exploring physical intimacy through the 5 senses. So really kind of breaking down physical intimacy and getting people comfortable talking about it and actually enjoying it in a sense of the connection with your partner.
Okay. So I like that. Cool. Hey, we got some comments out here too, so we'll get to those because they've been there for a little bit. And let's see who we got here. We have Miss Willie Francis Hill. She says, "Hi, family. What's going on, Miss Willie? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in." And we have Kendra. She's speaking to Ty. So we also have people that speak to each other on here. So a lot of people going back and forth. And she says, "What's up, Ty?" Because Ty from the Tenant Life was on here. What's going on, Ty? Thanks for tuning in. And Kendra says, Izzy. And Miss Willie Francis says, yes, that's good to break it down. Okay, Charles, keeping it real, just a little in the voice. I like the experience. I'm sorry, y'all. Sometimes I get kind of, I guess, I don't know if you call it passion or just talk. I don't know what it is. But
I call it passion.
Also says great info. So they are hearing you out here, Ty. So Kat. So definitely thanks for that information. I love it. I love how the box. You talk about each box every month, and that's awesome. Now, once you subscribe to this, is it every month you have to pay, or do you just subscribe to? Is it a program, or you subscribe to the boxes that you want?
So you subscribe to the entire program, and you can pause and cancel anytime. Like I said, $64.99 a month, and you'll get a box every month that you renew. But we also have different plans. So we have a 3-month plan and we have a 6-month plan, and those have some discounts. But I'm also working on a package deal that I want to include the boxes for. It would be a year commitment. It would be, you get 12 boxes for a year plus some other goodies from our vendors. But I'm currently working on that's currently in development.
Okay, that's I like that.
I like that. And, you know, it's also giving you something to look forward to every month because you're like, oh, you know, we can
Yeah,
breathe
yeah.
new life into our relationship in this way. And, you know, it doesn't get old and stale that because left to our own devices, human beings are very creatures of habit.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, as distressing as this sounds, it's true. Familiarity breeds contempt in most cases, and that's not, it's just what happens. You get familiar with something, then you stop appreciating it the way you should. And it's not that you can't; it's just that you don't. It's like one of my teachers, Sad Guru, would say like, "Oh, you put a human being in a 4 foot box, they're gonna be upset. And then you give them a 8 foot box, they'll be happy for one day. Then you give them a 16 foot box, they'll be happy for 2 days, and they'll want more. Then you give them a whole courtyard, they'll be happy for 3 days, then they'll want more. You give them a house, they'll be happy for a little while, and they want more. And it's like, you know, we start, you don't remember you came from a 4x4 box, right? And now you got this whole vast space to deal in. Be like, I want another football field, though. This is not enough. So, and that's the thing. When you stop appreciating the amazing things about yourself, your partner, the people in your life, then your friends, your family, then it breeds contempt because just, oh yeah, you're here. Like what you said, Kat, you know, your partner is going to be there for you in those times where you're not so glamorous and all of the social media highlight pictures aren't being taken and got the snot running down your face and all that. It's like, it's the worst thing you should do is be like, well, I know they're going to be there anyway. Remember, they're free. They don't have to be there. So appreciate, I'm going down the list, appreciate them for being there because they don't have to be. You can communicate that to them clearly. You can trust them and tell the truth and be sincere about it. Can we share the screen again? I just want to go down the line one more term. So again, they're free. So that means you're free to appreciate, free to communicate, free to trust, free to be sincere with them. And so again, familiarity unfortunately breeds contempt among the human beings. So it's good. And also, you have a year-long subscription. I have 12 books that I wrote. So that's lines right up. Monthly book. People get tired of me though. Speaking of which, can we bring Kinsu on? He said,
I didn't even see Kinsu. Okay, good, cool. Let me get him in here.
You were kind of jewelry he has on today.
What's up, Kinsu?
Oh,
he's chill. He's chilling out. You know, he's chilling. And you know what also I like, Kat, too, is, you know, you offer these boxes every month. And you might think you're on point with one, and once you get to that box, you're like, you know what? I wasn't that on point like I thought I was. So I like that. I like, you know, that's awesome. Because I was going to say, what about if you think you don't need this? But it all came like, okay, well, it doesn't matter. Just see what they have. So I like that. That's cool. I like that.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Kinsu? What's going on, brother? How you doing tonight?
I'm great. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Kinsu, I see you over there wearing the most flyest necklace ever. Guess what? I got a necklace too. I just made it up. It's just got my book on it. Yes. You see this necklace right here, everybody? See? Yeah, just rocking it out now. Always trying to show me up on the show with you. Sure. But it looks great, Kinsu.
Yeah, it
How
does.
do you think about the conversation so far in the love boxes, the naked love boxes?
Say that again. I didn't hear you.
I said, what do you think about the conversation so far and the product, the naked love boxes, the concept, what Kat's been talking about?
Oh, it definitely sounds like something that's promising for relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that, you know, it's like a different theme, if I'm not mistaken, like every month, you know, and that I think the young lady said for like being you know, for like dealing with the senses, I guess, you know, and for your partner or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, that was my response box.
Yes. Isn't it interesting that we'll pay more attention in like our business relationships? Like somebody will say, we got to have a weekly meeting just to make sure we're all on the same page about stuff. But you'll be living with somebody and they'll have no weekly, monthly, any meeting. The meeting will be, these 4 words. Here they come. We need to talk. Talk about what? Like, I put this in the refrigerator and it was full and now it's halfway empty. This was for me. It wasn't for you. Meeting dismissed. Replace my stuff. Right? They bring up stuff in the meeting.
Yep.
When it's inflammatory, not when it's let's be cool, let's just meet. When the stakes are low, when there's like 0 stakes, like nobody's mad, nobody's sad. We just reviewing inventory of our emotions, our feelings, our thoughts, all of that. And then the appreciation as well. I'm going to remind everybody about that appreciation exercise toward the end of our broadcast, because that's something that you can take away right now and use in your relationship, any relationship as well. Can we go to some more comments?
Yes, sir. We got one more comment out there. And we have Dreddy Gal. What's going on, Dreddy Gal? Thanks for tuning in. She says, thanks to the 3 of you for doing this. Love the idea of this monthly surprise box. It's like offering yourself and partner a gift to each other and your relationship on the regular. It's an investment in fun, your relationship, and more. Something we don't do enough for ourselves. Thanks for the ongoing. Good luck with this. So thanks, Dreddy Girl, for tuning in. Yeah, I like that too, Dreddy Girl. Like I said, every month. And that's awesome because, like I said, everyone's busy now. We live in a time and age now where everybody has to work. So, I mean, it's just the way it is now. So it's hard for you to get that quality time in that you need. But like you said, Naeem, sometimes you just got to sit down. You just got to say, hey, look, we got to have our date nights. This is our date nights. This is, whatever. This is our eat night, whatever you do on date night, and you have other nights in between or whatever. But it's important that you put that time in for your relationships because, again, like you said, at the end of the day, if you have kids, guess what? When the kids get older, they're leaving and you and your hubby or, so it's like, yeah, you want to still live for each other, So
Exactly.
that's awesome. I like that. I'm feeling that.
You know what else human beings are? Human beings are lazy. So it's cheat codes for human beings not to have to think about what to do. And I'm hearing a little feedback, so can we go on mute real quick just so we can keep the audio quality? But yeah, it's cheat codes because it's like, it's easier to just Netflix and chill. Now I gotta come up with activities for us and stuff. Dang, you're gonna sit after working all day and you come back and like, dang, I gotta think about something to do with you and creative stuff. I'm gonna just watch Netflix, maybe I'll write a poem, roses are red, violets are blue, Netflix and chill, just me and you. All right, that's it for me for the next 3 months. Don't ask me for nothing, but human beings are lazy. Don't act like we're not. So I'm saying that men, women, everybody, we're inherently lazy. And if somebody's saying, look, here's some creative surprises and life and energy to give to your relationship that you don't even got to think about, we're going to, like Kat said, you're going to partner with, you're partnering with authors, with therapists, with people who are doing different things, with workout, with aromatherapy, all different types of things. Then you can introduce, you seem like whoever the person that ordered this, y'all better order it now, because whatever one order is like, dang, you the most thoughtful person. You got something new coming every month. You're like, $65 got me all of this credit. Then yeah, I'll let Kat do the thinking and I'll take the credit for that. $65 is not a high price to pay, especially when it costs twice that for the lowest amount of relationship therapy, which is what you're going to be in anyway if you don't do something different, because familiarity breeds contempt. And it's so easy to get familiar. It's so easy to take for granted the beautiful relationship, the beautiful person that you are and the person that you're with and the relationships you have, again, romantically and beyond. But since we're talking about romantically, listen, y'all, if you're going to have that type of bond and intimate connection, and that energy between you, you have to continue to nurture it. And these are just cheat codes, y'all. This is layups, you know. So again, thank you.
Can I ask you a question? I know you can't give out a full detail of what goes on, but can you give me an example of a box? Like how does that work? Like how does that I don't know, how does that begin when you go into that box? Like what is the first thing you see? Like just give me you don't have to give me if you can, just give me a little something. You know,
I actually have pictures from my last month.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I have pictures. So what exactly you want to know?
Oh, nothing. Okay. Okay. What's your box this month? Let's talk.
My box this month is called Get Fit Together.
Okay, Get Fit. Get Fit. What the last month was what?
Last month was five senses of the bedroom.
Okay, let's go there. Since you already had that, let's go there and give me an example. What goes on? What happens?
So I can tell you what's inside it.
Okay.
So we had, for our last month's box, we had the S&M kit. So it's more a little bit of, you know, the teasing and stuff, but it doesn't go full X-rated because that's not what I'm about.
Yeah.
The whole thing is exploring healthy relationships. But so it has like a small little whip, eye mask, handcuffs, just get a little playful. We had massage oil. We had some lubricants, and I think that was it that I can think. Oh, and we had a striptease card game.
Oh, okay.
It's like poker striptease. And so I also included my activity that I developed myself. Each of them have the one for each sense. So one would be like light a candle. That's for the, you know, the sight, or I think that was for the smell. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it also was like sight would be like do a strip tease. Taste would be feed each other something, and then you could choose whoever wins that feeding contest. You do it blindfold. Whoever wins that contest chooses the location for the night, or listen to some sexy songs, guess the sexy songs in the first 10 minutes, and the person can choose the positions for the night, you know?
Oh, okay. That sounds awesome. That's all. I like that. So it's an actual box that comes to you with instructions on what to do. I got you. All right.
Exactly.
Now, I'm good now. I didn't know, you know, we're in the computerized age now. I didn't know if it came on the computer. You looking, okay, let me download this. What's this? You know, what time is Amazon going to get this here for me and all this other stuff? So I got you now. Thanks.
Glad I could help.
That's all. I like that. Okay.
Sounds like you know your stuff. Yeah. I've run the numbers, by the way, and $65 a month comes out to $2.16 a day, which is not too much to ask. So,
that's a cup of coffee a day. Matter of fact, cup of coffee costs more than that. So yeah, depending on where you get it from.
Yes, how about that? You know, so there's another way of looking at it. Do we have any questions for Kat? Any questions, comments, insights in the back, in the chat, in the cat, in the SAT?
We got one more comment here by Miss Willie Francis. She says,
"You want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a break, and I'm gonna read it.
Brother. Yes, sir.
So, Willie Francis Hill says, "I like it too. I agree with Dreddy Gal and Charles. Many folks in relationship really don't know how to really be in a relationship. This is a way to learn how to, and some new way to enrich your relationship. It could be the best thing for you. I wish you much success. Not just the money, yes, the money, but not just the money, but the blessings to the folks you will be helping." Thank you, Willie Francis. And looks like somebody's got stock in the company already. And Tamu says, "Hello, ladies and gents. Sorry for tuning in late. We receive you. No apologies necessary, Tamu."
Right, Tamu. What's up, my brother from another? What's going on, baby? And Kendra says, "Good to see you, Tamu." Okay, thanks, Kendra, for that. Appreciate it. Yeah. Now, let me ask you a question, Kat. how do you come up with how do you stay on top of your game as far as the materials and stuff each month? How do you come up with every month, I guess, whatever's coming up for that next month? How do you get that out, or how do you come up with that? Put it like that.
So I'm a spur of the moment type person. Okay. So sometimes I could just be walking or, laying in the bed. I'm like, this might be a good idea to do. It's something that me and Marcus had dealt with. Mm-hmm. But honestly, I started with kind of a idea, like a little parking lot of what goes into a relationship: friendship, communication, vulnerability, physical intimacy. And I have that kind of on the back burner. And then before I started, I kind of came up with a list of ideas of what I could do for each month for this year. And I'll do the same thing for next year. But also I kind of use Marcus to kind of bounce ideas off of.
That's all. Yeah, that's great. That's great. So every year to be something different. So this next May, right? I got you. Okay, awesome. And see, you know what? And it's crazy because a lot of people wouldn't realize that it's so much that you can do that you don't even think about. Because you're just like, well, how's she gonna come up with? How's she gonna top that month? How's she gonna top this month? Or how are they gonna top that month? So that's I like that. I keep saying it over and over again. I like that. I'm making this shirt, but I like that.
I appreciate it.
Yes, the like symbol. I have a question about back order. Let's say you start your subscription in August, but you really want to get into this box that came out in May. Can you specifically order that?
Yeah, if we have it in stock, we do offer past month's boxes. So we have it in our shop. So we have our subscribe page, and then we have a shop page where we have a trial box. Like if you're not ready to commit to the subscription, you could buy a trial box and just do the one time. And we also have some of our past months if they're available.
What about the future? What if I want to do a 2022 box? Is that?
I haven't got there yet.
All right, just asking questions. All right, thank you. That's great. That's good to know. So, because you say, there's some interesting things that, again, each box seems to be very unique. So maybe someone might be interested in exploring what's happening in an earlier version, So, yeah, just thinking about that. Do we have more comments? I think there's a couple more people talking.
We got some stuff in there. We got Temu saying hello to Kendra Moore, and Lakia says each box. Okay, here she goes. Lakia Milburn says each box, is there things in the box that goes through the whole month?
You can use them more than once.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, they're not one-time things. If you want to use it in one day, go ahead. But I wouldn't recommend it. But they're used to be throughout the whole month.
Okay.
You could probably use them longer. So
cool. And then we got the website up here, nakedlovebox.com. Thanks, Nine. Sure. Appreciate that. Matter of fact, I can make a little banner for that. So.
Okay. Yeah, so check it out. Do we, anyone else have anything they want to share or ask, or any insights about anything, including but not limited to Naked Love Box?
No, well, yeah, I'm gonna ask another question. This month is about the working out together. Mm-hmm. What's next month? You got that in storage yet?
What is that? That's August. That's going to be on vulnerability. That's when I'm going to pair with some counselors and some therapists to try and curate. They'll be curating the box, not me.
Wow. Okay, I like that. All right.
Yes, I like that. They will, not you.
Nope.
Well, that's nice that you have outside, different specialities and professionals coming in to contribute. That's really great.
Yeah, because I don't want it to solely rely on me, because I know people are a little hesitant to trust other couples. So it will come from some experts, depending on what the box is.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Well, you know, Kat. I mean, hey, if it's working, I mean, you are the expert. You understand what I'm saying?
That is true.
Because you're putting
That
it
is
together.
true.
Y'all putting it together, so y'all are the experts. You know what I mean?
That is true. And I am proof. It does work. Me and my boyfriend have been together for 9 years.
Awesome.
Wonderful. Any thoughts, Kensu?
Well, my only question was about the I know you was mentioning the fitness box, right? Okay, so what can you tell me more about that? Like, you know, like doing exercises for like intimacy for partners?
So we're working with a featured partner, Strength of Seduction. They actually released a book on how to relate emotional intimacy with working out. They actually have actual workouts that help you build intimacy by working out. So you could actually see the couples working out together, and they're really kind of close knit kind of workouts, so that you kind of like get more emotional connection with each other. So they actually kind of break it down in their book with like communication activities and then also workouts.
Yeah, you know what? Getting that blood flowing too. That's definitely important. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah, that
and
helps.
you can get a bonus workout. So.
There you go. Exactly.
Thank you. Yeah,
but yeah, it also that's our featured partner, and then we have some other products sprinkled in that kind of relate more to fitness.
Okay, thank you for the information, because I'm into fitness, so that intrigued me, that aspect of, you know, the different months and the boxes and everything.
Cool.
Yeah, I think I just put the list of products on our website for the Get Fit Together box. So you can definitely check it out there and see if that's something you're interested in.
All right, and y'all got, and everybody got that out there. You see Nugget Love, did I do it right? NuggetLovebox.com. So definitely check that out. Hey, we got one more comment here. The big one too.
Want me to read it?
Jetty Gal. Yeah, I'll read. You want to read it?
You gonna read it?
I'll read it.
All right, go ahead.
Jetty Gal says, even though it's a mix of helpful and maybe not so helpful, wanted to share that on a recent episode of Black Love, one woman said that she is moving away from describing relationships as work. Instead, she likes to think about it as effort and being mindful of what we want, and then putting effort towards what folks want in their relationships every day. I like that your box idea moves in that direction. Not work, but effort and fun and togetherness. What do y'all think? I agree with you 100%, Dreddy Girl. Definitely, yes. So,
yeah. And you, stepping away from the negative connotations of work as in labor, you know, laborious, like, oh my God, I got to go to work. But I'm going to use the word, and I'm going to go back to another word, and parenthood is work, right? Changing diapers is work. Feeding yourself, cooking is work. All these things are work. It's things you do, but it doesn't have to be miserable. That's the thing, right? Just a lot of times we associate work with strain and effort and force, not effort, forceful effort that is pressure. And that effort can be ease, because you know how we said there's a saying that goes something like, if you love what you do, then it's not work, or you never have to work a day if you in your life if you love the work you do, right? So you can love the energy, attention, and effort you put in your relationship, and it doesn't have to be laborious, labor, work. Plus, you don't get no unemployment from it. It's like, so I appreciate that reframe, because for love, relationships are about ease. And that doesn't mean that there's not effort and building and focus and attention and energy put into it. But it's easy when you're going downhill rather than when you're trying to push something uphill, right? It's easy when you have directions for where you're going and you know where you're going rather than you're just walking blind, right? It's more easy. It's easier when you have help. So Kat is offering tools. I offer tools. We offer tools here on the show. That's help. That's assistance. They say many hands make light. All right. Y'all know what I'm saying. So we can accept the help from others and know that when we heal and when we heal, we are not healed alone. So that's a good reframe on that.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody else want to share anything about that?
I think you hit everything on it.
Okay, yeah.
You hit the nail.
That's
It's
right.
my job. It's my job. I do this. This is my work. I do that. I'm working it out here. I wanted to share some of my work, by the way. I'm just going to abuse the word work for a little while now. But can we show what I'm working on the screen, Charles? Okay, where are we looking at here? Okay, here we go. I wanted to share a little bit about the solutions in this book or this course I'm talking about, toxic relationships. So we went through the different obvious and subtle forms of abuse. Like, for example, let's scroll back up here just to share some things with you. So what do we got here? All right. So, for example, this is an amazing chart because you've never seen anything like it, and it's true. So why is it amazing? Because on the left side, we have obvious abuse. On the right side, we have subtle abuse. In the middle, we have more expressions on that, more detail. So here we're talking about obvious physical. We're talking about physical, sexual, and other types of abuse in this chart. And so here, a direct physical attack would be something like drawing or using a weapon on somebody, threatening or actually using a weapon against someone. That's obvious. We don't have to talk about that. But what about some subtle forms of physical and other abuse? We have violating confidentiality, sharing someone's private information, which they told you in confidence. So here's a general rule to follow regarding interactions with people. Treat everything someone shares with you in private as private and confidential. If they don't explicitly say, I want you to tell Ken Sue what I just told you, Kat, then treat it like a secret. Don't share anyone's private information without their consent, period. This includes, but is not limited to, the following. Medical history and information, how much money they have, how much money they make, where they live, where they work, anything they said to you or showed you in private. How would you feel if someone came up to you asking you about something very private that you shared in confidence with someone you thought you trusted? Betrayed, maybe? Definitely don't do it. So that's just part of what we were exploring. But now we're talking about, I just want to share this in the last moments of our show, some of the solutions. You know, I'm here about solutions. So solutions are about boundaries and standards. And we've all heard about boundaries, but let's talk about both boundaries and standards. So there's a difference. In order to heal your relationships, you must have standards and boundaries in place. Well, aren't they the same thing? You may ask. No, they're not. You probably heard this in some way. You have to set healthy boundaries in your relationship. And this is absolutely true. And there is something that comes before that. Well, what comes first? Standards, personal standards, which leads us to this question. What is the difference between standards and boundaries? Quite simply, here on the left, standards are personal, boundaries are interpersonal, social. Standards are about how you treat yourself. Boundaries are about how you allow others to treat you. I'm saying the same thing over and over here. Your standards have to do with your relationship with yourself. Your boundaries have to do with your relationship with others. Standards are the rules in which you conduct yourself. Boundaries are the rules in which you conduct your relationships. Clear? Let's build a model to make this even more clear. Now, I may or may not use this. I just wrote this like yesterday. Well, let's see what I wrote, because I don't be reading what I wrote half the time. So I'm reading it now. Example, let's use a retail store business. The business has two sets of rules. The internal standards, which are the company policy, the code of conduct, and guidelines for the staff, like your work shifts, pay scales, benefits for the employees, etc. Now you got the operational rules or boundaries for the customers, which are your hours of operation, the prices of the products, return policies, the penalties for fraud, theft, etc. Your standards are like your personal private policy with yourself. They don't have to do with anyone else. When you go out to eat, you aren't concerned with the chef's salary. That's the between the chef and the business. You're only concerned that the food is good. And the restaurant is not concerned with how much money you make at work, only that you can pay your bill, because there are repercussions for walking out without paying. Those are the boundaries. You order food, you pay, right? Or you try to run away without somebody catching you, but you're probably gonna get caught anyway. So moving on. So it's like you're gonna eat on a full stomach and try to run out. That's kind of silly, but anyway. I'm just envisioning. Don't let me get started with the imagination. So what are some examples of standards and boundaries? Let's take a look at the clarity chart below. I'm just working on this now. So let's see. Kat, can you see the screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Can you read the left side of the screen? So I'll read the right side. You read the personal standards and boundaries. So here we're talking about physical standards and boundaries. So please go ahead.
I will not abuse my body.
So that's a personal standard. Relationship code of conduct. I will not allow anyone to abuse my body, physically attack me.
I will attend to my personal hygiene every day.
Boundaries. I will not remain in the presence of someone who has bad hygiene. Now we got emotional, mental, verbal standards and boundaries. So on the standards, go ahead, Kat.
I will take full responsibilities for my feelings at all times.
A boundary could be, I will not allow anyone to project their fear-based feelings onto me.
I will not engage in negative self-talk. I will appreciate myself as often as I can remember to.
And for your boundaries in relationships, you may say to yourself, well, I will not stand for verbal attack or abuse from anyone. I choose to receive only appreciation, not attack or judgment. And now financial.
I will take full responsibility for my finances at all times. I will not voluntarily give money when I don't want to.
And for boundaries, I will not allow anyone to guilt trip me into giving money when I don't want to give it. Come on, no, just trying to invest in this thing. You don't care about me. No, I'm your cousin. So it's like, all right, well, no. So please continue.
I will not make myself financially dependent or become a financial strain to anyone. Oh, I hear that.
Oh, you resonate with that one?
I resonate with that one very much.
Okay, great. Then this might also resonate. I will not allow anyone who's an able-bodied adult to become financially dependent on me. Clear? Getting there. So now that we have some examples of what healthy standards and boundaries look like, let's create and write down some of yours. This is the activity, and this is about you creating standards and boundaries for yourself. So this is part of the course where you would take this and you would think to yourself about these questions. So you would literally write this in. So on the left side, finances. What are my standards and boundaries around finances? And then, so you answer this question, how do I choose to carry myself financially? And then the example I have grayed out is like, I will take full responsibility for my finances, for an example. And then the question for your boundaries you ask is, what am I not okay with financially in a relationship? And an example would be, I'm not okay with someone using my cards or financial information without my knowledge or consent. And then that's just examples, but under here, you write all of your personal standards and boundaries just around the finances. And there's enough for it. Then how about here? Verbally, how do I choose to carry myself emotionally, mentally, verbally? How do I choose to talk to myself? And for example, I would take full responsibility for my feelings, my thoughts, and my words. And what about emotional, mental, and verbal boundaries? Now you can ask, what kind of expression or treatment am I not okay with in a relationship? Emotional, mental, or verbal expressions and treatment. Example may be, I'm not okay with someone guilt tripping me, being deceptive or manipulative, or verbally attacking me. And you just write in your own personal things, It could be like, I'm not okay with, you give me the side eye when you look at my cooking, you eat my cooking. I want you to smile about it. I mean, that's ridiculous, but I'm just saying, whatever it is you have for yourself. And then you have physical space and privacy boundaries. And you have your physical body, your health and your safety boundaries. And you have your digital cyberspace, how you deal with devices, internet, social media, and you have general standards and boundaries. So I'm going to stop there and just say all of that is things that we can think about when we're talking about putting that conscious effort into our relationships about improving. You have to put in energy and attention, work into yourself. And sometimes we don't know how to do that without guidance. So I created this course as a guide, guidelines to help us get clear around it. Because how do you know you don't want to share your password with someone until they pick up your phone and be like, oh, give me your password. I'm trying to get on the internet. It's like, well, I don't necessarily want to share my password. And then you feel pressured to be like, oh, come on, I gave you my password, guilt trip. I gave you my password. I share everything. I share my phone, everything. Even though that's the trap phone, I don't share the real phone with you. But, I'm sharing everything with you and stuff, And so you get guilt tripped into doing something you really don't want to do. And how do you know unless you ask yourself? Do I really want to share? And maybe my boundaries is maybe I want to share it with this person or this group of people, but not that. Maybe under these circumstances, but not those. This is all for us to think about, and so we can set clearer boundaries and standards, and also how to enforce those boundaries, because they will get violated. I just gotta say, like, your boundaries are going to get violated by people, even if you have something as simple as, I don't like when people use profanity. Well, you know what? You know what people do? Hold on, let's see if anybody listening. I'm gonna tell you what people do. People use profanity. So I'm saying, if they didn't know that and you didn't tell them that, and they wanted to respect your boundary, but you never let them know that that's really deep and important to you, maybe you should let them know before they start saying, you know that there's someone who expresses profanity. Then maybe you should say, hey, I'm not really comfortable talking like that, in this setting or whatever. Maybe you want people to take their shoes off when they enter your house. How are they supposed to know unless you let them know, right? Got to enforce these boundaries, got to let people know. And it's not always comfortable, but it is necessary, not just in terms of just checking someone else, but in terms of self-love. Because you know that whole saying, if you give an inch, you'll take a mile sort of thing. If you don't, it's not about someone taking advantage of you. It's about you allowing yourself to be taken advantage of. It's about you allowing, you using a relation, not about someone abusing you, but you using the relationship to abuse yourself. You're like, oh, I just can't say no. So every time they ask me for money, it's like, dang, I needed that money for food. And then you're over here starving. They're like, oh, thank you. Can I get some more money? Like, oh, I needed that to get transportation to get back home. Now you walking through the streets, you can't even get home because you don't have money for transportation. Like, oh, by the way, I needed some more money. Like, oh, I needed that money just to pay my rent. And then you give that money. Now you don't have a home to go to, right? Who did that? Did they stick you up? Or you told yourself a lie, like, I just can't say no. You can say no. You just choose not to. And that's something to look at in yourself, your standards, your boundaries, and how you choose to love yourself. I have a good book for that, by the way. It's called Step System, a guide for, what is it called? Self-care and personal development. I don't know what these books are called, but I wrote them. And here, this one is good for self-care and personal development. So this talks all about standards and stuff. I think, right, Naeem? Didn't you write that in here? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did. Yeah, boom, right there. See, standards, raising your standards. It's also all about that. See, I knew I wrote something about that before, and now I'm writing something about it again. So anyway, I'm done. Thank you for listening. I think
we're going to go to comments, and let's see. Lakia says, "What do you do if someone violates your boundaries?"
That's a good question, Lakia. And I know there's a little delay here, so you might have asked that earlier. I'll just change that question to, what do you do when someone violates your boundaries? Because sometimes we're not aware of our boundaries until they're violated. And that's when you don't take it personally. Unless somebody's just like, slapping you and walking up and abusing you directly. If I give good examples in here, like, okay, what if someone borrowed a car and they bring it back with an empty tank, right? And you're like, but put some gas in the tank, right? You leave me with an empty tank. Don't just sit there and don't say anything about it. right? If you're sharing resources, maybe your boundary is like, fill it up or leave me some money, cash at me something after you finish. If you can't then send me some money to put some gas in it myself. You have to directly and specifically let them know and on no uncertain terms. And it's not just, oh, I don't like it when you bring the car back with no gas in it. Boo hoo hoo. It's like, all right, so, all right, then what are they gonna do? They're gonna be like, all right, sorry you feel that way. And then you didn't give any recourse. What's the solution? Solution is fill the tank up or send me some money or I'm not gonna let you use the car. Simple. We're not doing this anymore. You're a business owner. Everybody you know want the okie doke hookup and and I'll let you know now. People gonna let me bring this up. I know we going over, but this is a good one for you, Kat. I'm gonna bring it up right now because as a business owner, people be violating. Just say that right now. Can you share my screen again? Oh, you sharing it already. Can you find the page where it's on, Naeem? All right, I'm looking. Hold up. So it's not on that page though. I'm trying to find a page. It's here. It's up in this. Now let me stop embarrassing myself. Just stop sharing the screen real quick so I can find the page. And
we'll tell you what.
It's on this, and I want Kat particularly to see it as a new business owner because people are gonna do this. So, all right, I got it. Can you share it now? Oh, I gotta ask you to share. Let me do that first, and then we're gonna do this. This is important. This is important for anybody who's running a business out here. So we're talking about this amazing clarity chart about financial abuse. So here is an example. So on the left side, I'm going to read the left side here, Kat, which is obvious financial abuse, direct financial attack. You're going to read this subtle financial abuse, indirect financial attack part, particularly right here. I'm going to read this. Destroying someone's credibility, stealing someone's identity, and using their financial information recklessly. That's obvious. But here's a more subtle form of abuse. Can you go ahead and read this?
Oh man. Expecting a better deal when doing business with someone because of your relationship and calling this support. Oh, ow. I felt that. Ow.
I thought you might.
Kat, I get really emotional on this. That's why I don't even talk about it.
Oh man, I feel attacked.
Well, if you really want to feel attacked, can you read the rest of it on the bottom?
Oh, wow. If you expect a hookup/discount from someone because they are your friend, relative, or any perceived special connection with them, you are financially abusing them and robbing their company. Like any business owner, they are in business to make a profit. Amen to that. No, not suffer losses at the hands of their friends and family who call it support. If you see their goods and services as truly valuable and you truly want to support them, buy extra and donate some, make a charitable contribution, sponsor someone else to receive their products. Amen. I am here for that.
Yes, I tell you.
So want to end us on a good note because we're talking business today, particularly. Let's not abuse ourselves and abuse each other, and let's use these, immediately start using these. So can I get a discount on that box, Kat, real quick? Because I had a good show. There you go. See, that's the answer, Lakia. That's what you do when somebody violates your boundaries. You're like, no, I'm in business to make a profit. This is how much it costs. If you can't afford it or whatever, that's another situation. It's not my fault, but I'm in business to make a profit. So thank you for denying that, Kat.
Hey, Kat, tell everybody where they can find you, your name of your business, everything. Give them all that information.
Sure. I am on IG. I'm on Facebook. You can find me at Naked Love Box on social media, and also go to www.nakedlovebox.com.
Awesome. So you got anything? Matter of fact, before we go, we're gonna man, you know what? We got to play this commercial. Definitely got to play this commercial, and then I'll come back, tell you where you can find us, and then we'll leave again. We'll have Kat. We want you to tell them again where they can find you because this is important. So we'll be right back after commercial break. And again, that is the A game, great for vitality, energy, strength, and libido. I still have 2 more samples left. So give me a call at 302-723-2836. Again, 302-723-2836 to get your free sample of the A game. This is for men only. Definitely check this out. It's a good product. All right. And you can find us, Feel Good Talk. You find us on LinkedIn at Feel Good Talk, at Facebook at Feel Good Talk, YouTube at FGT, Mind, Body, Soul, and Business, Instagram at Phil.Good-Talk, and you can email us at philgoodtalk.113@gmail.com. So that's how you can find us. And let me go on with the shows. I mean, you know, might as well, since I'm here, might as well go ahead and get that out the way as well. And you can actually catch all of our shows here. Actually, we got the live shows that we do have. We have our Feel Good Talk Love 101. That's on tonight we're here now. That's Wednesdays with my man Naeem Najib at 7 p.m. Tomorrow night, we have a Let's Talk About It. That's at 7 p.m. with Kendra Moore and Izzy Meditates. And Fridays, we have Williams World. That's at 6 p.m. with my man Will. And we always have great conversations, great topics. So definitely check us out. Sunday, Jamila will be back with Jamila J's Girl Talk. That's Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time and 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. She's coming all the way from California. So check her out. Then we have Give Me Some Sugar, Baking with Steven on Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. He's coming all the way from Arizona. So he'll be on this Sunday as well. So definitely check him out this Sunday. We're going to be busy this week. As far as the recorded shows, the pre-recorded shows we have is Mindfulness Mondays with Izzy Meditates. That's Monday at 9 a.m. She has all of the different meditations you can use to get through your day. Also on Tuesday, we have Words from the Heart with Shayna Gordine. That's Tuesdays at 9. She's always got some type of inspirational poem or something going on, some type of inspirational words. Wednesdays at 9 a.m., we have More Life with Essential Oils. And that's Kendra Moore. She today, what did she have today? She actually had she made a home spray, out of the essential oils, and that's our essential oils coach. So definitely check her out. And then on Saturdays we have Cassandra's Corner. That's at 10 a.m. This is for all the kiddies out there. She either interviews. She's done a lot. She's interviewing. She's reading. She's doing all kinds of arts and crafts. So definitely check her out. Cassandra's Corner. That's Saturday at 10 a.m. So these are the different shows that we do have available. So check us out every day. We got something for everybody. Naeem's back there having a fit. What's going on, brother? You're right back there. I'm trying to look at the show. And he called me way off. I'm like, woo, okay. I'm trying to concentrate, like focus, like that. But hey, Kat, tell them where they can find you again, and tell them, about your business, everything before we get out of here.
Oh yeah. Naked Love Box, promoting healthy relationship habits for the busy couple. You can find us on Instagram at Naked Love Box, Facebook, Naked Love Box, Pinterest, same thing. If you want to drop us a line, you can contact us at info@nakedlovebox.com.
Awesome. That's an awesome program, and I definitely recommend it for any folks out there trying to spice up their relationship and trying to, get through those hardships. Definitely. And And I mean, I'm pretty sure, I assume it's good for healthy relationships as well, just to spice things up, So
You never know. It's like you can always progress.
yeah, I like that. I like that concept. So
That's
anything you got, Naeem, before we get out of here?
I was just gonna say preventative care. Let's take care of our relationship before it deteriorates, because of the familiarity breeds contempt. And also, the tool I meant to offer was the appreciation practice. 3 questions that you can ask anyone at any time. One is, what do I appreciate about myself? Or you could, if I was asking you, Charles, I would say, Charles, what do you appreciate about yourself? Then you would ask me the same. Then I'll say, Charles, what do you appreciate about me? Question number 2. And then question number 3 is, Charles, what do you appreciate about our relationship? Those 3 questions: appreciate yourself, the other person, the relationship, share that, make it into a conversation. And you don't know, it only good can come of it. So that's what I wanted to offer. So that's it.
What about you, Kensu? Anything, brother?
I appreciate this broadcast.
Awesome. Hey man, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. And we're gonna have to name it Feel Good Talk Love 101 with Kensu. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it behind the scenes,
You're the crystal doctor. The witch doctor.
We have a lot of doctors on here, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Hey man, I had a great time today. Hey Kat, thank you again for sharing your stories, sharing your business. Definitely appreciate it. I will definitely look into it, because that's definitely something we all need, something positive. All this is all positive, so you can't go wrong with it. And, if you got something already, great, you can make it even greater. So, again, I'm definitely gonna check out NakedLoveBox.com and see what y'all got to offer. Definitely.
Appreciate it, and thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming on. And again, this is Feel Good Talk Love 101. I'm your host, Charles Brakely. My man Naeem Najee, my man Kensu, and a special guest, Kat from Naked Love Box. Hey, this was an awesome show today. Everybody have a great time. Catch us next week, same time, right here on Feel Good Talk, Mind, Body, Soul, and Business. We'll see you next week. Peace.